everyone. Welcome again to Daily Grace with Pastor James. So glad to see you join me again in this wonderful episode. Today, we are going to be looking at something that I think will benefit you and benefit a whole lot of others. And it is looking at the future with the eye of hope. Looking at the future with the eye of hope. Have you ever seen a situation where you have a dream, a big dream, and you are so fascinated about the dream? You are just engrossed. You so much like that dream. You want that dream to come true. And you started off this dream very well. And then at some point, you started seeing some lags, some slags, some things that are not really going on well the way that you want it to go. What's the cause? Today, we are going to look at one particular word. Last week, we looked at the word wait. Today, there's another word that we're going to look at that is actually responsible in making you withdraw from your big dreams. And it is called fear. When you start experiencing that situation where you feel that you are not moving forward, there's probably an element of fear. We're going to be looking at 4 different areas that would make you know that fear has crept into your dream. Remember the word of the Lord in Philippians 4:19 that my Lord will provide all my needs according to his riches in glory. Is that in your Bible? Do you read it? And when you read it, do you understand it? And when you understand it, do you actually have faith that that will work? Because fear kind of cripple us. Fear kind of take away the hope that we are supposed to have. Fear kind of remove the joy that we are supposed to have in our lives, the wonderful joy that the Lord has given unto us. There's a particular story in the Bible that I want us to look at to drive home the point that you would see what created fear in their lives. And it's a story that you all know. It's the story, of course, of the children of Israel, the Israelites. The Lord has promised them. The Lord has given them a promised land. They held on to the Lord's promise until Moses then sent out some spies while they were in the wilderness to go and spy out the land. And when the spies came back, majority of the spies gave a report that was fearful, a negative report, of course, which is what we all see in our lives around us day to day. It could be our friends, it could be our spouses, it could be people that are just around us giving us negative reports, just exactly as the negative report came to these people in Numbers 14. And when they gave them that negative report, look at their response. Then the whole community began weeping aloud. And they cried all night. Their voices rose in a great chorus of protest against Moses and Aaron. If only we had died in Egypt, or even here in the wilderness, they complained. But of course, we both know that they didn't mean it, that if only they knew, they would have preferred to die in Egypt or in the wilderness. They have forgotten all the suffering that they were going through in Egypt. The very person that the Lord used to rescue them out of the hands of their slave masters, they were now protesting against. And from that story, we can draw out 4 key points that once you start experiencing them, you know that fear is creeping into your vision. Fear is creeping into your dream, your future. The first one is your sadness begins to increase. There's an increase in your sadness. Depression can be caused by several things, and it robs you of your joy. When initially you started implementing your dream, there was this big joy, and all of a sudden, sadness starts creeping in. Where is that coming from? It is as a result of the negative reports you have had around you. And the second thing, the second factor is your complaining begin to increase. Every single minute, every single time you are complaining. Why are you complaining? Because you want people to share in your sadness. If you think that you are not complaining that much, go and ask your spouse or ask the people around you, because they are the ones that are seeing your actions and your reactions and what you're doing. When your complaints increase, then you know that an element of fear is creeping into your future, is creeping into the vision that you are trying to accomplish. And the third factor, you start second-guessing yourself. You start second-guessing yourself, just like the Israelites. They complained about the very people that brought them out of the land of Egypt. You start asking yourself, if God has really implanted this vision in my heart, or is it just my flesh? If you are capable of achieving the vision that the Lord has given to you, you start second-guessing yourself. Why? Because fear has crept in. And that is the point where you will now start looking at how to even shrink the targets that you have set for yourself. This happens to almost everybody, but until your faith is greater than your fear, there is always that tendency for you to try to shrink the target that you have given to yourself. And the fourth factor, the fourth thing that you will notice as fear starts creeping into your future is you then want to go back. There will be something in you that will start telling you, look, there's no way you can make this. It is too much for you. You have tried, you have done everything. You have put in your best. You have actually gotten to the mark. You cannot go any further. And then at that point, you want to start going back. Please don't. Because it is not by your power that you are going to use to accomplish your vision and your dreams. It is God that will enable you. It is God that will give you the ability for you to be able to achieve the dream and the vision for which He has brought you into this world. Forget about all the negative reports, because they will come. But until you are living with a vision that is beyond your present capacity, you are not going anywhere. When you are living with a vision of fear instead of faith, then you cannot look into the future with the eye of hope. I want you from today to not live with the eye of fear, but live with the eye of hope. Because with God, you can accomplish that vision. Thank you so much for listening to me. Once again, my name is Pastor James. I'm the pastor of RCCG Solid Rock Parish, Derby. If you are looking for a Bible-believing church, we welcome you with all our arms. And if this episode have actually blessed you, please consider sharing it to others so that they can also benefit and live their dream and fulfill the dream that God has given to them. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next episode.